Welcome back to our Scrum certification series. In the previous video, we explored effective preparation strategies and study techniques for Scrum exams. Today, we're tackling a critical topic: the most common mistakes and pitfalls in Scrum certifications. From typical misunderstandings to tricky multiple-choice scenarios, we'll cover how to avoid these traps with confidence. Purpose of the video: by the end of this video, you'll understand frequent misconceptions about Scrum roles, artifacts, and processes. Learn how to navigate challenging exam questions. Gain practical tips to avoid common errors and approach the exam with clarity. Structure: typical misconceptions. Example: Scrum Master versus Project Manager. Classic multiple-choice traps. Terminology, tricky scenarios. How to avoid these mistakes. Tips and best practices. Summary and what's next. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. Typical misconceptions in Scrum. 1. Scrum Master versus Project Manager. Misconception: many assume the Scrum Master is the boss of the team or a traditional project manager. Reality: the Scrum Master is a servant leader, moderator, and coach who removes obstacles for the team, not someone who commands or controls. Why this matters in exams. Questions often test whether you understand that the Scrum Master does not exercise disciplinary authority. Statements like "the Scrum Master approves all work packages" are incorrect. How to learn it correctly. Study the Scrum Guides section on the Scrum Master role. Look for keywords like servant leadership and coaching. Compare traditional project management with the 3 Scrum roles to understand the distinctions. 2. Product owner as the team commander. Misconception: some believe the product owner can direct team members on how to perform tasks. Reality: the product owner defines the what and why, vision, priorities, while the team decides the how. Common exam questions. Who can modify the sprint backlog? Answer: the development team. Who determines individual tasks? Answer: the team plans tasks during sprint planning. Correct perspective. Product owner tasks: customer requirements, backlog prioritization, stakeholder management. Development team tasks: implementation, technical solutions, and estimations. 3. Self-organization equals chaos. Misconception: self-organization is interpreted as no one has clear responsibilities and anyone can do anything. Reality: self-organization means the team works within the Scrum framework with clear goals, such as the sprint goal. Exam focus. Questions about responsibilities: who estimates user stories? Who sets the sprint goal? Misinterpreting self-organization as anything goes leads to errors. Right understanding. Self-organization emphasizes responsibility for planning and execution, while collaborating closely with the Scrum Master and product owner. Classic multiple-choice traps. 1. Terminology and definitions. Similar terms. Product backlog versus sprint backlog. Exams often use similar wording to confuse you. Done versus ready. Definition of done means a product increment is finished, while ready indicates a backlog item can be included in the sprint. Tips: read questions carefully. Small wording changes can alter the meaning. Look for key phrases like potentially shippable or ready for sprint. Example question: who has final responsibility if a user story isn't completed? Incorrect: the Scrum Master. Correct: the development team. 2. Tricky scenarios. Conflict situations. The product owner wants to extend the sprint to add more user stories. What is correct? Correct: sprints cannot be extended. The sprint is a time box. Stakeholder influence. Management demands the team swap tasks mid-sprint. Who decides? Correct: the development team manages sprint backlog changes as long as the sprint goal remains intact. Hierarchical thinking. The Scrum Master must approve every backlog item. Incorrect. This reflects a traditional PM role, not Scrum. How to avoid these mistakes. 1. Study the Scrum Guide thoroughly. Why it matters. Most mistakes stem from skimming the Scrum Guide instead of studying it in depth. How to approach it. Read it multiple times, focusing on roles, events, and artifacts. Create a glossary of key terms and their definitions. 2. Practice real-life examples. Simulation. Set up a Scrum simulation, example, plan a small project, to understand responsibilities firsthand. Study groups. Collaborate with other candidates to tackle multiple choice questions and discuss why certain answers are correct or incorrect. 3. Pay attention to exam questions. Key tips. Watch for signal words like always, never, must, and should. Recognize Scrum's core rules, example, sprints are immutable, while considering nuanced situations. Example. Question. The product owner cancels a sprint due to changing priorities. Is this valid? Correct answer. Yes, if the sprint goal is no longer valuable. Practical tip. Eliminate obviously wrong options and focus on plausible answers. Summary and what's next. Key takeaways. Many common mistakes stem from traditional project management mindsets. Example, Scrum Master equals boss. Exams use tricky multiple-choice questions to test your understanding of Agile principles. Avoid pitfalls by studying the Scrum Guide, practicing real-world scenarios, and carefully analyzing exam questions. Why it matters. Recognizing and avoiding these mistakes will not only help you pass the exam, but also enhance your practical understanding of Scrum. This knowledge is crucial for succeeding in real-world projects. What's next? In the next video, we'll explore the practical application of Scrum, how it's implemented in real projects, from IT and marketing to event planning. Expect lessons learned and best practices from real-life examples. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Have you encountered any Scrum pitfalls before? Write about your experiences in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.